Hey guys, my name is Bryce, and today I'll be doing a video review of my 2015 Gali MOC. Now, it's taken me a while to get to this video just with school and everything else, because it's kind of crunch time, but this is a MOC that I've taken quite some time to figure out leg mechanics, and that is why there's that sort of springiness to her legs and everything. So I actually have a video right here, and that sort of explains the sort of rhythm that I wanted for basically indicating like a butterfly kick. But for when Gali's just in sort of her battle mode as she is now, or just generally not swimming, I'll sort of go over the regular points of how she is. So she's wielding a pair of dual axes, which can also become the sort of original picks that she has from before, and that's just to sort of incorporate what happened with her first iteration and her second iteration with the sort of flippers slash axes, which I really liked at the time. And of course the propellers spin, because I like the idea of being able to sort of have her turbocharge her tools either through the water or even just through the air. They're quite large, and there would be a great deal of mass to actually swing these things around. And when it comes to the sides, of course, she's heavily armored and everything, which of course isn't an issue to her in terms of strength and everything, but because there's so much happening, including her armament on the back, I made a lot of things detachable, and you can actually reconfigure things. But to sort of go over the actual movements of everything, there's two gearboxes, one for the legs, which originally with the Pohatu figure felt very, very wide. However, in Gali's case, I'd say it's more justified because the running feature that I incorporated for Pohatu just would be too limited for this. Like the sort of kicking pattern needed to swim and everything just wouldn't be adequate, so that's why I incorporated this one, which is wider, but at least it incorporates more of potentially an hourglass figure. It's hard to figure out too, because it's bionicle. They're not meant to be especially humanoid figures, but in any case, this is the design that I developed so far. Of course, the weapons in the front can swing alternatively back and forth. Incorporating this piece, this is actually essentially like a hypercharged harpoon. This can also effectively be kind of like a torpedo in a way, due to the propeller based in the middle of it. The last thing I want to show you in this video is the swimming formation, because it essentially incorporates all aspects of Gali when she's in her sort of main domain. So aside from when she's trying to skewer people with her harpoon, it can actually work quite well as a thrusting pack on her back. So it clips on here, and of course you can move it in different directions and even get some really dynamic sort of directions that can be implemented that way. And she'll essentially have her feet ready to sort of swim and kick, just based on the weight of the leg and everything else. But I won't really be able to do that while I'm leaning over the camera, so I'll just sort of show the rest of the aspects. So with this too, essentially these pieces just clip into her back like so, and you can start to see that she's developing quite the wingspan. So as you can see from the positioning this way, she almost just becomes like a undersea vehicle. Like, there's so much both organic and mechanical propulsion that's happening. So as you can imagine, the speed from this design is just going to be tremendous. So that concludes my video for Gali, and certainly there's a lot of bulkiness to this character, and actually even a surplus of tools. But I was thinking, based on all the sort of archetypes that I've shown between essentially Tahu's very rugged, very brutish style, with Onua's essentially lack of tools, to Pohatu's favoritism of speed and everything, I've really sort of made each Toa different archetypes, and with Gali's I really wanted to emphasize on tools and scuba gear and sort of propulsion devices that you see based on what's used for humans. And kind of in each case, as you'll probably be able to see, I have the weapons and everything sort of catered towards whatever the biomes are in. And in this case, even though each weapon is certainly fierce, it definitely feels like overkill based on these warrior designs. Each one definitely serves a purpose, and each one in this case will certainly get Gali from A to B a lot faster. I mean, the glow-in-the-dark elements don't hurt either, as sort of suggesting another sort of bioluminescence and another sort of property of like the creatures that she would interact with in her own element. And so that basically summarizes the MOC that I've developed. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week.